everybody. This is episode 6.
Hi, I'm Debbie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lisa McIntyre. Welcome to Working Wonders. Tonight we're going to be discussing vision boards. And for those of you that are not familiar, vision boards are a visual representation of the goals that you have set. They could be for the week, the month. In this case, we're going to do it for 2021. These are going to be our goals that we're setting both personally and professionally for 2021. Who wants to get started? It could be something that you sticker and paste, which I think Debbie started off doing that. I don't know if she wants to share a picture of.
Yeah, no, I had a real journey with this. It was a journey.
Yeah, this was actually Debbie's first vision board. Has anybody else done a vision board yet? Before Stephanie?
Oh yeah, I do one every year, but I do usually do I'll clip out magazine pictures or things like that, and then I paste it. My girlfriends and I actually do it. We have a girls' day, and we'll do it.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Ronnie,
we'll do it together.
Have you done one before?
Every year I start a journal. I'm one of those people. Somebody said that it's associative of something, but I always start a notebook or I get a calendar and I'll start writing in, and I think I'm gonna hey, I'm gonna log everything, and I'm gonna track my journeys and all these things, and I just end up with a beautiful collection of these amazingly adorable notebooks that have 4 pages written in them. And then
Right.
it's I collect notebooks. There's nothing coherent in them. So they start off as this I'm gonna journal everything and I'm gonna track my progress, and that's I'm gonna put my goals for the year, and then it's 4 days. That's it. I think I had one that actually lasted through February. That's it. That's the longest one that I've had. So this is the first one that I'm nope, I'm keeping it up on my desktop. It's going to be there the whole year.
You want to share?
I thought Lisa was going first.
Oh, I don't know. Who's going first? Not me.
None of us want to go first.
I'll go first.
I'll go first. I just wanted to, because I know that the question came up since last week, what is a vision board? And so just wanted to preface that before we started showing off our arts and crafts project that we've been working on for a couple of weeks now. Did you want to go first, Stephanie?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No problem.
I forgot that I'm sharing yours.
Yeah, if you can share mine.
Give me 1 second. I didn't have it queued.
Yeah, I think the first time I heard of a vision board was that people were if you see it and you look at it, then it will manifest itself. So I think did it just is it a thing that just recently started as far as actually making a board, or has this been a thing that's been around? It just became more.
I can't remember. There's somebody. It was a feng shui type.
It's been
thing.
around for a while. It's
taking
a dry erase board.
It's
like taking a dry erase board and writing your goals or an inspirational quote on the mirror in your bathroom. Right. So every morning you see that.
But did people do that reminder a long time? I just heard of vision boards maybe 3-4 years ago. It's not something I never really heard of them before, and then I kept saying vision board, schmission board,
There's
but there is something to it. First of all, it makes you really sit and think.
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For sure, and seeing it, not forgetting.
Right, sorry, seeing it is believing it. You put it on there. It's something. And the biggest thing to me is, so your vision boards aren't supposed to be materialistic things. It's supposed to be goals that you're working for, or growth.
Mine definitely fails.
growth, things that you want to change.
Yeah.
Well, money's something I want to change, so doesn't that count?
But that would be growth of your business, though, right?
Yeah.
Right, but then you're supposed to put those things, you have to think about the things that you're going to put in place to change your finances. Right. So it's kind of, you're not going to put $1 million on their Mercedes. It's supposed to be something personal, and you're supposed to be making them obtainable. And it's just
realistic,
supposed, yeah, like
goal
realistic
that you could actually achieve. Like
right.
$1 million is a little out of my price range. Ha ha.
Right. I mean, I would love to put on there to be 120 pounds, but I don't think that that's going to happen. So
So I had mentioned to you ladies before that a couple years ago I had done a vision board, and I found this website that was like, you know, like how should I be setting goals for myself? And it had a couple little nuggets on it, and it was about one of the things was set SMART goals, and the SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. And I thought that that was like really important, because like you said, you know, the 120 pounds or $1 million, it's just,
right.
you know, are these realistic? Are they attainable? Are they achievable? Because otherwise you're just setting yourself up for failure, and that kind of puts you in kind of a bit of a downward spiral anyway.
R could stand for realistic as well as relevant.
True, absolutely.
Well, here, let's take a look at mine, and then we'll see how I did with setting my goals.
Can you see it?
I can.
Okay.
So first of all, I always start mine with a quote. And so you see on the top, it says your dreams are only dreams until you write them down, and then they become goals. And I said 2021 ready AF, because I am ready AF for 2021. So the first thing and the most important thing to me is, I'll start on the left hand side. So you see the balance table of work and family. That is a huge, like, if anything else out of all of this board happens this year, that I want it to be that. So the way that I intend to put that into place is to literally like block schedule myself time. So, you know, we had talked about this prior, like Mondays, like LGM is closed, and like I really need to get away from anything to do with LGM. So not looking at my messages, just, you know, 100% focusing on time with my family, being at home and being present in the moment. That is a huge, huge goal of mine. So going over to the right-hand side, you can see I have a picture of a little cup, and it says, you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. This is super important to me. And I know you guys can identify this as a mom. You lose yourself, and you're always worried about your kids and what your kids need in the house and your husband, and this needs to be done and this needs to be done. And so I've really gotten away from things that make me feel good about myself, exercise being one of them. You know, taking a bath. Like I used to, you know, take a bath every Sunday night, and I would put like a face mask on. I haven't done that in years. So I want to start getting back to doing things that make me happy, because then I can continue to fill everyone else's cup. Right in the middle, how do you define success? I am going to make it a habit this year to stop comparing LGM to other balloon businesses. So I have to constantly remind myself, which you can also see on there, I put good things take time. I have to remind myself, like, slow and steady wins the race. I'm really trying to do things the right way. So, you know, having insurance, getting incorporated, all of those things, and it all takes time. Of course, would I love to just be successful every single day of the week and have deliveries and jobs to do every single day of the week? Absolutely, I would. But the reality of the situation is that we're still building up our name. And I do have 2 kids at home with me. That 2020 kind of threw us for a loop with both of the kids being at home from school. So I kind of had to dial things back in that aspect of things. And I'm okay with that. So I think, how do you define success? That needs to manifest within you. You can't hold yourself accountable to other people's businesses. You have to realize where you are in the stage of your business and what is successful to you. Consistency is key. That's another huge goal. This is directly related to multiple things, exercise and fitness, social media posting for the business. Just every time you do something and you stay consistent with it, obviously you're going to see results. Right in the middle, you can see the 2 traffic signs, and it says new skills, and then the other side is training. Another big goal for me for 2021 is to participate in continuing education. Obviously, you know, we have a beautiful opportunity for that via the Float Network with the training classes every month. Obviously, I'm registered to go to Float, but that would be a 2022 goal.
That one carries over.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, continuing education, you know, there's always new things to be learned. There's new ways, more efficient ways, new skills. So definitely making that a priority this year. Going over, you can see I did like little fitness pictures, like little silhouette fitness things.
You're going to learn to ice skate.
Yeah. Just like physically like moving, like doing something for myself for an hour a day and not feeling guilty about it, whether it's taking a walk, running on the treadmill. You know, I would love to explore different fitness classes. My girlfriend and I think we're going to take a boxing class, which I think is going to be really fun. So yeah, exploring that. Then going over to the money, this is both personal and business wise. This year for LGM, I really want to keep a close eye on our numbers and track them monthly. I want to see what percentages of our profit is going toward inventory, what percentage of it is going toward advertising, marketing, savings, bills, all of those things. I want to, you know, really hone in on that. And then the same within my household. The airplane with the heart, I want to travel. I had the best experience. I took my kids on a road trip to South Carolina. It was kind of on a whim, and it just was amazing. I think the best memories that we made were the 3 of us in the car together. I had the best time with my kids. They traveled beautifully in the car. So I want to do more of that. Donate. So that's always a big part in our household. You know, we try to be involved in our community as much as we can, giving back to people who are less fortunate than us. And that's something that I really try to instill in my children. That's very important to do. It's really one of the things. I have a lot of people asking me like, wow, you were so successful with your ELF event or so successful with your New Year's Eve event. The reality of the situation is that we are very, very good to our community. So we participate in a lot of community events. They all are donations. And because of that, our community is very good to us. So when we do have events, they come out in masses to participate in it. So I definitely want to keep that going. It's a really good feeling to give back. And then, you know, you literally see
fruits.
I don't want to say a return because that's not what donating is about, but you put good energy into the world and then you get good energy back.
Did I just accidentally change it to my vision board?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's okay. I think I only had one other thing on there.
Sorry.
Oh, team. Building a team. So again, this relates to my personal life and also my business life. So in my personal life, I think my husband and I need to do a better job like working as a team together. A lot of times it feels like we're going in opposite directions with things. And I think that if we can kind of hone in and like we can together agree on what our goals are and what we want, we can conquer things. And then in the business aspect of it, my main focus this year is to build a solid team. As of right now, I don't know if that's going to be team members that are payrolled or if it's just going to be a network of people that I build around me that I can 1099. But we definitely have some big things in store for 2021. So I'm going to need to bring on help with that. So yeah, that's my plan.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
That wasn't a good luck. That was a good luck.
Yeah.
That was a, you can do it.
Yeah, not a, good luck with that, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I think that you definitely hit on those smart goals.
The smart ones.
It's it's challenging, you know, to set the goals for yourself. I found that weren't just kind of like, my goal is to get the laundry done. It's like, done, yay. Like it's, you know, that they're actually something that I'm looking to achieve. And a year makes it attainable, but also like I need to actually work on this. And it might actually take me the whole year to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
And let's see, do one of the others want to go first or next, I should say?
Not it.
Ronnie saying yes, the Ronnie show.
No, that's Ronnie saying not
Ronnie
it.
Said not it.
I'm so nervous.
I'll do mine now. I'm on braver now.
Okay.
Okay, hold
on. So ridiculous.
Hear it with you guys.
I do want to share that Seth Harding has said that they, meaning I'm sure he and Teresa, have done vision boards for the past 20 years.
Wow.
They first heard about it when they were going to a network marketing company, and it was good for goal setting. So I think that answers a bit of the question as to how long they've been around.
Yeah, how long have they been around?
I need to move myself a little. There we go.
This looks great.
Okay, so this is probably like the 5th iteration of this vision board. I did one on like a cork board probably in September, and that was part of, you know, another group. And then I did then when we decided to do vision boards, I worked on this, and first it was on that cork board, and then I'm not so arts and craftsy. So then Lisa mentioned that she did it hers on Canva, I think. And I said, oh, I'm not so good at Canva, but I could do it on Publisher. So this is from Publisher, just in case anybody wants to know. And I also started with a quote. I read this on the website of the person who just did our new logo design. And she had a couple of them, but I like this one in particular. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. Nice. In other words, if you really, if you really want to accomplish stuff, you got, as much as it has to be attainable, has to be maybe that little smidgy step beyond what you think is attainable, because that's how you push yourself and that's how you grow. And if you make goals that you can, like a lot of these, I'm not sure are going to really happen, but if you don't make goals that are a little bit better than what you really think, then you're just accomplishing what you were going to accomplish anyway. At least I think so. So starting on the left, create a marketing plan and stick to it. I don't know if you all know, I think you do. I'm the only one here who has a regular partner, Judy. And we've started working on this more, like having, not just making things and fulfilling customers' requests, but trying to go out and get customers. We have been very fortunate in our almost 30 years that we have almost never had to market. We've had a great word of mouth, and then, you know, there weren't as many balloon people, and there wasn't much competition, and we are good at what we do, I think, or at least, you know, people think. And now we're in a different position. There's so many people that we really have to create a marketing plan. Lisa looks like she wants to say something to me.
Judy just chimed in and she said, thanks for the shout out. So
I tell her that I try and shout out at least once an episode. I couldn't exist, and I couldn't do what I do without her. Really, we're more than sister. We're not sisters. We're not even related by blood, but we are really, I always say we live in each other's pockets. And it's nice to have a friend like that. And it's even nicer to have a business partner like that, because we get each other. We're good at stuff that the other one isn't. So she's really pushing now more marketing, and I keep saying, but this is on my vision board now, Judy. So, you know, yay, we're going to do it. Travel somewhere I've never been. Again, I don't know who's so aware. I have a married daughter with 7 grandchildren well, not her grandchildren, my grandchildren, who live in Israel. So whenever we travel, that's where we go. We don't have money to travel to other places, and we don't have so much time. You know, I run a business, and I'd like to go somewhere I haven't been. I'd like to go to Israel again too, to visit my grandchildren and my daughter and my son-in-law, but I'd really like to go somewhere different. So
yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that Steve has interjected, and he says that Debbie just described me and Alexa. I think in reference to how close you and Judy are.
For sure.
If any of you are lucky enough to have that kind of relationship, put it in a jewelry box, because it is so precious, and it's not something that a lot of people have, and it's not something that every partnership has, and even husband and wife partnerships don't always have that, and we are blessed. And Steve, I'm glad to hear you're blessed too. The lose 10 pounds, I've lost some weight. I've lost about 20, 25 pounds since January. And I just have those last 10 pounds and those are not my feet. But I'm trying very hard. I'd like to get those last 10 pounds and I have not been so successful. Spend more time with family. I have quite a number of grandchildren and I want them to always think of me as a great grandma and the fun grandma and the grandma who always remembers their birthdays and stuff. Not scoring so high on that, especially with the birthday thing, but I think I'm a good grandma and I'd like to be a better grandma and I'd like to be a better wife and a better mother. And so I have more family members in that, but that was the picture. So build something I never could have even imagined I could do, and that's specifically relating to balloons. This was one of my first IBEX. That was before WBC. And I remember walking into that room and his tail spun around and his eyes blinked. And I remember just being like somebody could build this. And I would like to one day be part of or build something that I've never imagined. I mean, I'm doing stuff now that I never would have imagined we could do. Also, again, Judy saying, let's do this. And I'm saying, we can't do that. And she's saying, oh, yes, we can. And then we build it. And I'm like, look what we did. I do take credit sometimes, but, but she pushes us more. And I would like to make something we've never done before.
Steve says that was a Kelly Sipp sculpture.
Okay, I didn't remember who it was. That and the Flick sculpture are the ones that really just like blew me away. A couple others also, the band, whatever. Anyway, so that was just a good picture. And that's also the picture. There's a picture of Tommy DeLorenzo standing under that elephant because he used to open it up on Sundays so that the public could come and view the balloons. And there's a picture of like a 9-year-old Tommy standing under that elephant.
Oh my God, you're kidding me.
Wow.
Aww. That's funny.
And that was like one of his first, I think he always wanted to be a balloon person, but there's a picture of him. Maybe he'll show it to us on the next Tuesdays with Tony. Cross-pollination here.
Oh, wow. Steve said that was also Kelly Sipp. I guess the Flick sculpture.
Oh, so.
Wow.
And this, for those of you who are now used to linking balloon, this was built on chicken wire, which by the time you were finished, you had no cuticles or fingers left. It was like doing needlepoint on metal. It was really nice.
Right.
So that was that. Listen better, and I should have put be less judgmental and listen better. Listen better has 2 goals. I'd like to hear a little better, but I'd also like to listen better. I'd like to listen to what people are telling me, both in business and in my personal life. And I have a habit of being a little judgmental. Even when you don't know I'm being judgmental, I probably am. So, I have that little, oh, she can't really be saying that. So I would like to work on that a little bit. And that I think goes with the next one, which is be more spiritual. I have, you all know, I mean, most of you know, I think I'm a religious person, but religious and spiritual aren't the same thing. And I'd like to be bring a little bit more of that spirituality into my life. I joined some group where I'm listening to something and it talks, it's on self-improvement and self-building. And to me, that's what spiritual is, like making yourself into a better person. So I know you all think I'm perfect, but I'm not. So I'm going to skip over to learn Canva because I've been wanting to learn how to do like our own graphic arts and stuff like that for a long time. I'm getting a little better at it. Like I did this in Publisher. So, there's hope for me yet, but I'd like to really devote time every week to try and do that. And then along with it, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. I want to stop working for my business and have my business work for me. And that probably involves us getting more help, though we're always reluctant to do that because there's 2 of us, which a lot of people get help because there's only 1 of them. So there's 2. I think Steve and Alexa have that also. Like they don't get a lot of help because they have 2 people. We're 2 people and we tend not to always get help. So we've become much better at that. We do hire day help and we do hire help when we need it, but I would like to make it a more consistent thing. And be able to sit and drink coffee, though that's not how I'm going to do the lose 10 pounds goal, but can't do everything. I'm going to try my best. So now you know the inner Debbie Levy. So nobody else should be afraid.
That was good, Deb.
Well, it was I have to tell you, this is, like I said, like the fourth iteration of this, even in Publisher. I took this out and I put this in. I also had one, take care of yourself, but I said, I really do that. I don't need to make that a goal. So, I do take good care of myself. So maybe that's why I don't listen better. Or I don't have time to learn Canva because I'm too busy taking care of myself. Figure that wasn't a real goal for me. So you have to sort of look, this was really like very introspective. Like you really have to look inside yourself and look inside your business and see, what is it that I want to accomplish? And some of this is this year, like the marketing plan and the Learn Canva, but a lot of it is more long-term, and the lose 10 pounds, I hope to God. But the rest of it is more long-term goals of me as a person for my business. Like I've been in business so long, it's all one big thing. It's business and me a lot of it is one entity. So,
it's hard to separate.
Everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have made that a goal. Separate me from it. No, just kidding. Okay, somebody else's turn.
Can you stop your screen share?
Oh, yes, sorry. I forgot you have to do that. This is all new to me, but I did learn it.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Ronnie, did you want to go next?
Teach an old dog.
All right, I'll go. Ooh.
It's good. It's good.
Class project. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Share screen.
Pretend you're 7th grade, Ronnie, putting on something in school.
It's show and tell.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my vision board. So I guess starting, your guys' was so organized. Mine is so like this just goes to prove that like
yours is organic.
I live in constant organic chaos. Like this, it works for me. But of course, at the top, I have my 2021, and that just kind of represents just wanting to do, bigger and better deliverables, which is not something that I ever thought that I was going to want to focus on. But I love that obviously now with the time that we're in, these have really worked really well for me. And the thing that I really like about them is that I'm still obviously focused on the bigger builds and the things. My goal for last year was going to be to do more conventions, and then all the conventions got canceled. And so now I'm like, okay, well, what is something that's going to be the tried and true, no matter whether or not we go back to doing big events or not?
Can I ask why go to more conventions? Was it more of a social thing or to learn new things, to push yourself?
No, decorating more conventions. In Las Vegas, they started, I think that they, I know that the Hard Rock, I think the Hilton also, it's not the Hilton anymore. But like all of these casinos revamped all of their convention centers because they realized that there was more money in conventions coming in. And at any given time throughout the entire year, there is always a convention going on somewhere on the strip. And so
Lisa did that. You meant go to more balloon conventions. You don't mean
no,
that?
Yeah, I did too.
Working more conventions. I had this really awesome idea to pitch to people using the balloons. If a convention was 4 days long, I knew exactly how I was going to get people to come back to a booth 4 days in a row. Like I knew that it was going to work, and I was so ready to push that and market it, and I had the models all lined up and everything, and I was like, we're gonna book so many conventions and it's gonna be so amazing. And then all the conventions got canceled, and I'm like, well, nerds to my idea, I guess. But so now, like, obviously shifting that to now like these deliverable, I'm really loving doing them, and I love that it's something that I can market whether or not it's going to somebody's home or going to a casino. Like, and going to the casinos now, I like if it's a suite, people are having parties in their hotel rooms and they want to decorate them, and it's like, cool, I can just drop this off to you. And or just I've met people in the lobby now, like that's been really fun, where it's like, walking into the like where the front desk is and just kind of like handing it off, like, here you go, and then I get to go back in my car and like get out of there because I don't like being in large groups anymore. But I really like those. So adding those to marketing those just as much as I market my big organics and my big let me come in and decorate your whole party, more so than that, it's like, well, let me just make you something because you're celebrating at home. And I like that targets a larger audience, like not just the concierge and the hotels, but also just the moms and dads that just want to send something to their kid. So I definitely want to keep focusing as much on that. I don't want to lose my focus on that when everything starts going back to big builds, because I am enjoying doing those. The cameras for photography, I take terrible photos, whether it be me in front of the camera or behind the camera. And I've been really inspired I've been following a lot of people on YouTube that they show their development of taking self-portraits and just taking better photos. And with me wanting to, I'm having fun making my balloon dresses, but I want to get better photos of them. So getting better at taking pictures of my work and of myself, just because, like, sometimes I'm cute and I want to take a good photo of that. So there's that. Obviously all the social media bubbles. I'm okay on Instagram. Like, I do okay there. I want to be good at like, it's not good, just better at posting across all of these different areas as far as social media goes, because that's all marketing, that's all free marketing. If I can figure out how to engage people on Facebook, and engaging them on Facebook is different than engaging them on Instagram, and that's different than TikTok, and it's different than LinkedIn. And I know that there's got to be a way for me to utilize Pinterest to my advantage. I know that there's got to be a way to do it. And so I definitely want to make sure that I'm tapping into all of these, free resources that I have. The cakes, I used to love decorating. My mom is an amazing cake decorator, and it's a really fun hobby. Balloons are, I used to say that balloon twisting was my hobby and that decor was my job. And I'm like, no, like, what? Twisting is just as much my job as decor is, but I want to have a fun, creative hobby. And so I want to get back to cake decorating again, because, like, it's just fun. And it's, I like cakes, and you can be just as creative with cakes as you can with balloons. And I've looked at some photos of cakes and taken that and made that my inspiration for an organic wall. So I want to kind of cross that, like, where it's like, well, this will be a fun hobby, and it'll be sweet. It'll be a sweet hobby. My Be Prepared, which is, my scar there. But I just, we all got thrown for a loop this year, and I don't think, knock on wood, there could possibly be anything that's ever going to catch me as off guard as 2020 did. But the fact of the matter is that if I would have prepared myself better for the likelihood of the world catching on fire, then I would have been in a better spot. So I definitely want to make sure that no matter what happens in 2021, I am going to be prepared for it. If not mentally, I'm always mentally prepared for a disaster. And that's just because I don't know why. I'm just that person. I think of the worst case scenario, and that's the thing that I'm worried about. Like, I'm the person that worries about the elevator breaking and us falling to our doom, when everybody else is like, that's not going to happen. I'm like, no, but I'm ready for it. If it does, I'm prepared to die in that elevator. I know, it's weird. It's a weird thing, but like our my Wonder Woman there, that kind of represents us. And just, I don't know, like, I'm really looking forward to this year and the stuff that we're going to be able to discuss, and just hanging out with you guys is really fun. The shorts there, that's a pair of shorts that I bought in 2019. And I said that I was going to be able to wear them in 2020. And then we all went on lockdown, and I was like, well, I'm not wearing anything anywhere. So I'll just stay in yoga pants, and, I'll just make that my goal for next year. So I learned a long time ago that when it comes to me personally and my weight loss goals, I can't look at a number because it's extremely unhealthy for me. If I start worrying about what the number on the scale is, then I'm going to do harm to myself. And I'm very good at masking it and making it look like I'm not. And I'd never want to put myself in that place again. So I just kind of look at, like, I just want to look cute in shorts, like in those particular shorts. I want to feel confident walking out of the house in that pair of shorts, which covers my butt. I'm covered, they're not Daisy Dukes, nothing's hanging
Now,
out.
are they an old pair of shorts that you no longer fit into? Or did you buy them as a goal?
I bought them as a goal. So they fit my waist, but they don't fit my legs.
Gotcha.
I've got thunder thighs. So I just want to, somebody said once my weight loss goal is to not jiggle when I brush my teeth. That's my goal.
That's the first time I knew I had to diet. I was making something in a shaker, and the only thing that stayed put were my eyeballs and my teeth. I said, okay, time to diet. Yeah. I was shaking up maybe a pancake batter, which probably is indicative of why everything jiggled, but nothing stayed in place.
Yeah, that's something, in March, it's going to be 85 degrees here in Vegas, like for sure. And it gets up to 117 degrees. I'd like to be able to wear shorts. I'd like to comfortably go into public in shorts. I'm never going to be, the model, but I just want to be comfortable. The pile of money, obviously, I want to make money always. I want to be comfortable in finances. And my Good Vibes Jeep, I had decided last year, and I'm carrying it over to this year, that I can no longer make time for things and people that make me feel like crap about myself. And so that's it. If you can't get on board with Good Vibes, then I'll run you over with my Jeep. I don't know, but
sorry. I think that only the speaker shows, but yeah, I just choked on my, I was taking a sip at that moment. Oh my God. Excuse me.
But no, it's it's very much just, and it's not like tough times are going to come, and it's not like tough love is not going to be needed. Like, I definitely, I squirrel away from my goals all the time. And that's different than just like me. If I tell somebody I'm going to do something and they say, well, you're never going to do that. Or if they question, if I say I'm going to get on the treadmill every day and somebody is like, are you really going to do that? You're not going to do that. I'm going to be like, peace out. Don't need you in my life anymore. Because you just,
I do want to interject real quick. Natasha, you struck a chord with Natasha Cabral, I think I'm saying that right. She says, I so relate to what Ronnie said so much. My goal is to look good in shorts because I haven't worn a pair since I was a child.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's a good one.
I miss wearing shorts. Yeah, I used to love it, and I've always had, like, the thing is, I've always had big thighs. Even when I was skinny, I have thick thighs and a big butt. Like, it's just always been my look. But I was comfortable in the clothes that I would wear. And the big thing with my parents was like, okay, I'm covered. Like, I'm covered and comfortable. And it's like, shorts are great. Shorts are wonderful. I miss shorts. Yeah. And then also the Jeep also represents, we bought a Jeep. I want to pay it off. I would like to pay it off by the end of the year. So that comes with
a pile of money. So
that goes with a pile of money. I gotta make money to pay off this Jeep because I'm sick and tired of having car payment. I don't want it. I don't want a car payment anymore. So that being said, I'm sure as soon as we pay off the Jeep, then Dave's gonna push. He's been pushing for a Tesla, and I'm like, good luck with that one, buddy. Because after the Jeep, the next thing we're getting is a work van.
I was just gonna say maybe he's making his own vision board there.
Right.
Yeah, his vision board can be but once that Jeep is paid off, then it's ride till it dies. So, because that's how I do cars. We keep them forever. I had my last car for 12 years, and it finally was going to cost $3,000 to fix it. I'm like, well, guess I'm getting a new car. So, yeah, after 12 years, and
Long
200, yeah, I think it was like 200,000 miles on it.
Wow.
I mean, like I would drive back and forth to California all the time. So that's my very pink vision board.
Love it.
Hey, good luck to you also.
I would say I did like that that all three of you had like actual balloons on your vision board, and I have none.
I have some.
I did have balloons. Yeah. We also all had money.
Oh, I had the donate with
balloons, which I loved. I loved that you actually found.
That's super cute.
I know, I was excited when I saw that. I forgot that it was in balloons. So until you said that, I'm like, great.
You have money on yours, Lisa?
I don't have money on
because we all had money on ours too.
I don't know.
Well, let's see it. Let's see it, Lisa.
You're a better
I covered up the screen share button. Here we go. So there we go. This is me. So I will tell you guys that I did pull from both Ronnie and Stephanie, because we had gotten them done a week or so ago and had shared like some first iterations. And I liked that Stephanie actually put a quote on hers, because in pulling all these different photos off of the internet, Googling all those photos, I went ahead and I ended up collecting so many quotes, and I'm like, oh, I should put one on there. As you can see, mine is very cluttered. So I kept it to one, and the quote I chose was, "It always seems impossible until it is done." And that is
Judy again.
Yeah, well, it's for me, that was I think a realization that I had in 2019 with my weight loss. I never thought I was going to lose 100 or more pounds, and I knocked that one out of the park. And ironically enough, 2019 was the first year that I actually made a vision board, and it was part of a face paint challenge group that I was in. And it was like, you know, every week or every day, it was, you're supposed to paint something every day, and every day there was a new challenge. And in the beginning of the year, it was, you had to have a vision board done on Friday. And I was like, ooh, never done one of those before. And don't you know, like, I actually achieved those goals. So
wow, there
might be something to that. So I'm just like, let me put all the good stuff on here. I should have put a pile of money on there. Missed opportunity. But I did collect a lot of really good quotes, motivational. A lot of them are leaning towards like decluttering. 2 of my 3 children have moved out of the house, and my youngest is 13. I still have plenty of toddler toys. I have furniture and things I don't need. I have toy boxes stored out in the garage. I've got clothes that they've outgrown. Robin Beach is telling me to add the money. And
add the money.
Hannah, thank you. Hannah says, great quote about the impossible. I agree. Like I said, it was a realization that I had, and I'm like, that I need to remember that. I need to remember that it's, nothing is impossible, that it's just, it just seems that way. Motivation is a big challenge for me. So this is like, you guys are my accountability partners. I really like that we're doing the vision boards, and we're going to revisit it at the end of the year to kind of see like how many of those boxes that we checked off. So it's really going to motivate me. You'll see that I've got clean the garage out. Y'all, you do not understand. My husband's in the military for over 20 years. We moved around every few years. I have boxes that whenever we moved, we would get there and I would open them up and go, my kids have outgrown these clothes. I'll deal with it later, and closed it and stuck it to the side. And then we've moved it again and again and again. I have boxes out in the garage that are stuffed in the corner that I can't even get to because there's clutter between here and there, that say Royal Hawaiian Movers on them. We lived in Hawaii 18 years ago. So there's stuff in there that,
gosh, that's so funny.
I just need to get rid of. But you know what? Somewhere in there is like my wedding dress and like mementos and stuff for my children. So I do actually have to go through these things, but most of it is just going to donate. So I do have a box of donation there. I've done it a couple times in the past where I've just like hit a closet and just pulled everything out of it and just loaded things into the back of my van and then drove up and pushed it out onto them and then just drove away.
You have to be brutal when you do that. You just have to look at it and say, am I ever going to use this again?
Exactly. And I think I need to start watching Marie Kondo.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't think of her name.
I got really into those the home improvement shows on HGTV. Tell you what, guys, watching HGTV cost me thousands of dollars, because before I knew it, I'm like ripping the wallpaper off the wall. I got a sledgehammer and knocked down the one wall and opened up an opening into my kitchen and did all these remodelings. I'm like, I need to start watching those like hoarder shows and Marie Kondo.
I watch hoarders every time I watch that show. I swear I go into like a room or someplace and I literally pick up a box and just walk it straight out to trash. I don't even look in it.
Good. It's so good.
I don't even look in it. It's tough. Like it's tough because like right now, like I have a closet full of old when I used to do burlesque. I have all these costumes that I worked for, you know, I worked on for hours and hours and hours. I'm never going to use them again. I'm never going to use them again. And, you know, and I can't give them to anybody because they make their own costumes. Everybody makes their own costumes, you know, and I look at them and I'm like, one of these days, I swear I'm just going to take them out and just throw them on the curb. And
maybe there's some poor underprivileged burlesque girl who could use.
I donated 3 the biggest bins that you can get from Target. I actually had 3 of them in my closet, and I took all 3 of them to a pole fitness studio, to the instructor, and I said, here's a whole bunch of brand new, never used costume pieces, that because she was typing on Facebook, she's like, does anybody know any place where my girls can get costumes and stuff, because they're like, they have a showcase and they don't know where to get costumes from. I said, don't spend any money, I'm bringing you things. And I donated all, like some of it had been worn once, some of it had still brand new tags on them, and I'm like, please take them and use them and show them love. And I got the best photos from their showcase, and she's like, I'm still giving out stuff from those bins. And I'm like, good, I'm glad it's getting used. But that was it. I had to find a pole fitness studio to take these old burlesque costume pieces.
Well,
so much of your goals are,
you know, I have, so
cluttering and organizing.
You'll see, behind the keep calm and get cluttered. This is not my balloon studio, my balloon. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yeah.
Okay. This is not my balloon studio or balloon office. I literally typed in like organized balloon office, I think, or organized balloon room, and found this photo in there. So Google help me out. I could show you a picture of what my office looks right now, but it's just like everything's very organized. It's just all in one big pile. It's you know, there is not going to be really a before and after. Yes, Melissa, I remember you telling me about your capsule wardrobe and stuff. Melissa Ray Vincent just commented, I'll feel so free when I release all those things. When I do have those big purges, it's so wonderful. And I would usually do a lot of that right before we would do a big military move, because you're moving every like 2 to 4 years. And well, we've been here for 8 years. Like I have pictures that are still like wrapped up and protected and not hung up on the walls, because it feels weird to actually like hammer nails into the walls because we're so used to moving so much. And so I need to like, no, put that stuff up on the wall, you know, unpack things, donate, just get it out of your way, really. So up in the upper left-hand corner though, these are more physical self-care type goals. Yoga, I've been wanting to get into yoga for a while. I am not a bendy person.
Gumby McIntyre.
Well, yeah, I used to weigh over 300 pounds, and so that was you know, just the weight on me limited my range of motion. And now there's not a belly roll in the way or 4 in the way, and I could bend down and touch my toes, but I can't get anywhere near my toes because I just don't have that flexibility. So that's why I have yoga in there. Drink more water. I usually drink 100 ounces of water a day, and I've noticed in about the last month and a half, 2 months, that I've really slacked off, like really slacked off. So I am putting that on the board so that way I can really focus on that. You see a bunch of people on stilts. It's really hard to find pictures of people on stilts that are not like in a parade. I purchased a pair of stilts in 2019. I've practiced on them a little bit, and I've got a lot of costume ideas and things, and I would like to get better at them. I did have a gig it was July. I had a parade gig in July, and was out of state, and I was going to be in a balloon costume, and I had a very set deadline of when I needed to feel comfortable up on this, and I wasn't going to be very high, but with the loss of that goal, with the loss of that date, and it should be hopefully in this year, it should be back on again. We'll see where the travel restrictions and stuff are, but at least maybe 2022. And I'm like, I need to get back up on that horse, so to speak, and start practicing again. So once the weather is clear, I'm going to start going for walks in the neighborhood in my stilts and get really used to long distances and different terrains. And then we have
that probably wins as the most unusual goal of anything that any of us.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
I just have all of these for anybody.
Do you wear a helmet?
No. If I fall,
don't?
I'm going to break my arm before I hit my head. That's where I'm mostly concerned about.
You should at least wear like hand like
I've got the wrist braces.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And maybe elbow pads.
Yeah, it's the learning to fall goes along with the learning how to stilt walk. So it is something, and I've looked into like classes and stuff in my area, which of course nothing's being offered right now.
I was going to ask you, are there actually classes on like how to stilt walk?
Right. There are actual circus classes where you can learn all kinds of things.
Oh, I should put that on my vision board.
Well, and that's why not?
My brother-in-law, who is my age, maybe 15 years ago, bought a unicycle. And
nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't ride it anymore. His children took it because they're gonna break something that
they were scared for his safety.
My husband put my unicycle that we bought from Cody, because we did the unicycle class. He put my unicycle up in the garage where I can't reach it because he's afraid I'm gonna break my wrist. I'm like, well, not if you don't let me practice. So he put it up, he hid it from me, and I'm like, it's not that it's hiding, it's just that it's up high and I can't reach it.
So I did want to say that Amy Bryant Pryor said that her goal for the day was to take down the Christmas tree, but here she is watching this instead.
Good.
That is a solid decision.
My tree's still up too.
Mine is too, but we're waiting for a belated Christmas ornament to arrive so we can make it official and enjoy it before we take it down. At least that's what I keep telling myself. So back to my goals. Read more books. Some of you may know that I started a virtual book club, silent reading club, where we get together every other Saturday for an hour, and the books are not assigned. We just pick whatever it is that we like, and I've been working on that for a while. I started, I think, about 8 books last year in the latter half of the year, which is great. The problem is I haven't finished any of them yet, but I am chipping away. I just, when the time rolls around, I just grab whatever appeals to me at the time. Some of them are like self-help books. Some of them are just brain candy, as I call them. I'm reading the new Twilight, y'all. Don't judge. And it's
I love the Twilight books.
Yeah, I mean they're good fun. I mean, it's not Shakespeare, and poo-poo on anybody who gets upset about them. It
is what it is.
It is what it is.
Vampires and werewolves.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I refer to that. It's just strictly brain candy.
Yeah,
brain candy.
It's like people that will crap on the Harry Potter books, and I'm like, if you're looking for real reality, don't read Harry Potter.
Right. It's just everybody's a critic, right? So in the upper right hand corner, you see a lot of food stuff. Obviously, I am eating healthier these days. Since I put my weight loss on hold, I'm happy where I'm at. Although I am looking to maybe lose a few pounds, I did not put that as an active goal because, again, I'm happy where I am. I want to focus more on the more non-scale victories, if you will. But as far as the food's concerned, I have an Instant Pot. I have a new air fryer. Thank you, Santa. And I want to rationalize those purchases a little bit more. I should say probably more validate them, and cook more. Which involves meal planning, which I'm really bad about. I usually just like go to the store and buy, I'm going there for some chicken, and then I leave with, $200 worth of groceries and I forgot the chicken kind of thing. So just be a little bit more organized with that and things out. Yeah. And you see there's a family sitting around to eat. It's really hard for me to find like a family that like did not include small children because I don't have small children anymore. That I want to have more sit down and eat meals with my family. Usually we're always running. And sometimes it's like me and a kid or, and my husband has unusual hours and stuff. And so it's like, I want to have, more sit down and not just special occasions, kind of thing. That's the only time that we like really make sure that like all of us are sitting down at the table, which will be difficult because 2 of my kids have moved out, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to make this a thing on semi-regular. So down in the very bottom, you see a little guy. That little guy, apparently his name is Owen. My son is named Owen, with 2 of my children having moved out. We have we have to find a new balance in the division of labor in the house. And right now things are in a state of flux. I have a trip coming up this weekend, and whenever I get back, we're going to be finding a new normal, because basically all of my 2 oldest kids' chores have now fallen completely to me, which right now is not that big of a deal, but it's gonna become a big deal, especially because I'm gonna be spending all my time in the garage decluttering, yay. But I looked up like Owen chore chart to see if there was something that was like specific and had a kid's name that I could, print out, copy paste, whatever. And this picture popped up and I was like, oh, that's going on my vision board. Because it's something, it kind of almost falls into the self-care thing that I'm like taking too much on, and I know I am. And it's unfair of me to make my youngest child suddenly do the chores of 3 people. So we're going to have to find a new division of labor, including my husband. The 3 of us are going to have to find a new normal there. And then this bottom corner is more business goals. This is what I stole from Ronnie, is the Working Wonders logo. I was like, oh, like it clearly that is a goal of mine, is to devote, a lot of my energy and things to this group, or this podcast show, if you will. But that Working Wonders is a priority for me in 2021. It's something I've not worked at or towards before, but the others are more with my business. Again, I've mentioned before that I'm looking to rebrand, so I've got rebranding on there. Hello, my name is changing. I'm still working on that. I've been workshopping that for a while now, getting really close to finding something, hopefully. Everybody in the comment section right now is just basically talking about their kitchen appliances: Ninja blenders, Air Footy, or Ninja Footy Air Crisp, air fryers. Yeah,
I love my air fryer.
I have the Instant Pot Duo Crisp in the 8-quart, which is a air fryer and an Instant Pot. I also have the Instant Pot Ultra, but I gave that to my kids so that way they had one in their home, mostly for whenever I come visit, because to my knowledge, they don't use it much yet. But the air fryer ended up being a little bit too small for us. And I didn't want to do so many things in batches. And so I got this Caloric Max with 2 X's for some reason. It's got the double doors, which are really nice. And as you can see in there, it's got a whole turkey. So I decided to sacrifice the counter space, which meant, decluttering and that kind of thing too. I'm getting rid of my toaster. I've got a huge 4-slice toaster. There's only 3 of us now. We don't need the 4-slice toaster anymore, that kind of thing. So that's going to go where the toaster used to be, and I'll be able to do larger meals. But
at an air fryer, the double door thing?
It is. It is.
I had an air fryer for years and years that I'd love to get one of these new ones, but you know, you can't really do that unless the old one breaks.
Yeah, well, and
Maybe
this
I could
was
conveniently drop or something.
right. Well, when it comes to like the decluttering, I have 2 crock pots and 3 waffle irons, and what else do I have excess of? I have 2 juicers because I've got 2 different kinds. So it's like I have some of these appliances that I'm gonna. I have piles of I'm gonna everywhere. You know, I'm gonna sell this on Craigslist. I'm gonna sell this on Marketplace. I'm gonna donate this, and now I just need to like commit and get this done.
We're
So
gonna be after you to do this. We're gonna.
that's right. That's right. This is me like airing my dirty laundry, so y'all can call me to task.
Weekly garage pictures.
We've got you.
Yeah. Oh, that's asking a lot. That's kind of you know, maybe privately I'll share with you guys. And so, marketing strategy. So I currently market myself only by word of mouth. I do very little on social media. It's primarily Facebook. I basically have taken a break because of 2020, but I was trying to post diligently every week, but in my busiest times, making sure I posted at least once a month, which sounds very, very little actually to anybody that's in the balloon business. But again, it was, I was trying to limit my exposure to clients because I wanted to be able to make my my family a priority. And so it was working really well for me. And in those times where I'm like, oh, you know, gosh, you know, I'm not working, you know, 3 weekends this month. It almost always, every time, somebody out of state or out of town would call me and go, we need an extra set of hands. And I would put on my cape and I would fly over there. And you know, I had income, they had the help they needed, and it really worked out. And so, but I'm looking to implement more social media marketing strategies, particularly I think with Instagram. Instagram has been fantastic for so many people. And it's time for me to, you know, really get into that. And I really want to hit the ground running once I rebrand. And then in the corner here, I'm sorry, on the side is managing my time. It's something that I've been working on for a while. Yeah. I love that graphic. It is, if you guys can see, I don't know, can I zoom in on it a little bit? Let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit. Nope. Oh, here it is. Can you see that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and ignore the watermark. I ripped all these things off the internet. I did not ask permission. So you've got importance and you have urgency. So if it's really important, but not very urgent, do it later. If it's really important and really urgent, do it now. If it's not very important, but it is urgent, delegate it, which is very hard for me. I'm one of those people that wants to be all the things for all the people and do all the things. And
I think it's hard for everybody to delegate.
It is. And then if it's low importance and low urgency, avoid it, which, you know, I'm really good at. But I really liked that graphic in particular. So that is my vision board, and I'm going to stop sharing now. So we have had, like I said, there's the conversation there turned for a while where everybody was going, I have this for the
their kitchen appliances.
Yeah, their kitchen appliances. Everybody's
maybe we should do an episode on kitchen
appliances.
For the
appliances in your kitchen
to make it relevant.
Oh, even better, we should do kitchen appliance bingo.
Maybe we
you know, that might be a good thing to do for business bingo. Things you've done or things you have done, perhaps, or have, and with the group. Stephanie McMillan, CBA, said, listen to Randy Posh's last lecture on time management, and she posted a link in the chat. Thank you so much for that, Stephanie.
Thank you.
That was really helpful. Thank you.
She posted the link.
She posted the link in the chat. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I think that a lot of us have very similar yet dissimilar goals. You know, there's enough individuality in there, but.
Well, because we're all different people and we all have different backgrounds and we all have different families. You know, we talked about in the beginning, like how we're all in different stages in life. But I think we all want to get more organized. We all want to make more money, and we all want to feel and have better health. So that's something that's like universal, I think, to almost everybody. Maybe.
The water, Lisa. So I'm trying to drink 3 of these bottles. They're 33 ounces each. So 100 ounces essentially.
This is mine. This is my Hydro Flask. It is 32 ounces. It actually fits a little bit more than that. And I usually will drink 3 of these a day. And I got to the point where I realized I was drinking maybe 1 a day, which was shocking whenever I realized it. Because usually I'd have 1 down before lunchtime. But I've been focusing more on, but I also was drinking more seltzer water. So I think that's the reason why I've not been emptying this so much, but I need to keep track of the ounces. If I'm drinking seltzer water, like I have a Soda Stream, and like this was full of seltzer water today. So it's like, I don't feel bad if I go to bed and this still is has something in it, but yeah.
I got one of those, important. I asked for one of those giant 1 gallon things, and it has the thing marked on it.
Keep going.
It's like I've named it. I asked for the pink and blue one so I can name it Aurora. And
nice.
I will ask Dave. I'll be like, "Where's Aurora? I need her because like I need to keep track of her at all times." So she's become my little I was just looking for her. I'm like, "Where did I put her?" Like, "Oh, she's downstairs." I cleaned her. I drank my water for the day.
Nice. So Sleeping Beauty is my favorite.
She's been cleaned. That's my favorite princess.
Oh, mine too. In the blue dress.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think if anyone
have you seen they actually have material now. They have it in the garment district, and girls are making dresses that are pink and blue. It's like iridescent. When the light hits it, it's pink, and when it hits it the other way, it's blue. And I'm like, make it pink, make it blue.
Relive in the movie right there. So I think
we all demonstrated how vision boards are very personal. You can make them your own. I, for one, like I said, had never made one. So even somebody who's not graphically, though maybe by next year, who's not graphically
so good.
educated.
Yeah, yours was good, Deb.
And
and you actually made a physical one to begin with. Like you actually had a physical one to start with. That's really good.
I would love if anybody else has got vision boards, please feel free to like post them in the group and tag us so that way we get a chance to see it too. And maybe we'll do a recap at the end of the year and go over everybody's vision boards. We'll be your accountability partners.
I printed mine out and I tacked it to the wall above my computer monitor.
It is really important to put them someplace where you can see it. Mine is going to be, I need to shrink it down a little bit smaller and put a black border around it. And it's going to be the wallpaper on my desktop. And I have to shrink it down a little so that way I can see my icons. Otherwise it's, that's decluttering. Ronnie and Stephanie, where are you guys putting yours?
I want
on my computer screen. It's already up.
I want to remind everybody of something they should put on their goals, and that's Dante's class, which is taking place on Tuesday. I love that. I just like slid that right in. It's going to be Tuesday at 6 p.m. and registration has to be done by Sunday by 5 p.m. I just don't remember if it's Eastern or I think Pacific time. Don't hold me to that, but it's in the group. And I know Dante, he gives very excellent classes. He's a great teacher. So whoever has not signed up yet should please sign up.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Love it.
And he has such a cute accent. And he's so cute.
You are a fan
of Dante always.
So we're wrapping up. I actually found a Wonder of the Week.
Oh, you did?
And I asked her if I could share it, and I'm going to share my screen.
She didn't even tell us that.
No, she didn't.
I totally forgot until we started, and I was like, "Oh, I have a thing." Okay, see if I do this right. Hang on. So there we go. So Megan, yes, is our wonder. She shared this in one of the other groups, and she had actually had a client who mistakenly ordered a 3 when she needed a 4. And so she was able to go, and she this, like, look at how cute the 3 is. I love this with the dinosaur. I just got that same dinosaur for a 9, but I love her setup here, and she's so adorable. And then she was able to go do her deliveries, come back, create a 4
in her van.
Yeah, in the back of her van, and replace it so that the client could have the right number, because sometimes we have to fix clients' mistakes. And I cannot believe how amazing this work is. And I have a bigger picture of that. Hang on, how do I?
So that's what we're talking about when we say Wonder of the Week.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, can I please share this as our Wonder of the Week, because it's amazing that she was able to make that in the back of her. Like, there's no way I would have been able to do that.
Thought of that, I would have said, I'm sorry, your child is going to have a numberless birthday because you're an idiot. That's why I have to be less judgmental, but I don't have to listen better because she's the one who said 3. So
well, and this right. goes with me wanting to be more prepared, because now it's like, that's definitely a huge inspiration of like, I need to be prepared for anything, yep. Including the client not knowing how old their son is turning.
Did you have another picture to share?
I do, but I don't know how to share. I did it the wrong way when I shared the screen.
Oh.
So this is
oh, it's a close up.
Nice.
Yeah, look at the leaves. They're so beautiful. Do you see the leaves?
They turned out really nice.
Yeah.
She does really good work.
Amazing work.
But the 4 is like incredible. I wouldn't even think of doing that.
Yeah. And she also did, she couldn't get over the sun. I saw the picture of the 4. I didn't see that she had posted it, that they had told her 3.
Okay. Yeah, so they had told her 3rd
this
birthday.
Is the picture that I saw.
Yeah, so that's the 3.
Yeah.
And then this is what she was able to fix for the client.
Yeah.
She was able to fix it. And then the same client had forgotten she had ordered helium balloons. So the client actually added the helium balloons to the structure, but she was able to fix the 4 with what she had with her. So she was like, yeah, it's just amazing. It's just that I feel like that's huge wonder.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Good job, Megan. Woo, Chicago.
Good job, Megan. So Megan is our Wonder of the Week.
Stephanie, tell them how to send them in.
So yes, if you are a Wonder of the Week, we want to hear, just like Ronnie just showed with Megan, those last minute crazy decisions that you have to make, that you kind of have to pull solutions out of your hat.
Not be judgmental.
Yeah. We want to hear from you. So we are looking for, there's no sort of contest or anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that's work related in terms of, design with balloons or anything like that. But just, anything that you feel that you really had to think quick on your feet, you really, came up with a good solution. Send those in to us at floatworkingwonders@gmail.com. And then the ladies and I will discuss who we want to represent, and we'll showcase your wonder on our show.
Yeah. And even if we don't showcase you on the actual show, like, we will be showcasing everybody that is submitted in the float group. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we do want to make sure we recognize your achievements, y'all. So join us next week. We are going to be discussing marketing, what we do for marketing. Although I think that, if you've been a fan and you've watched every show, you probably picked up on quite a few of our tips and tricks there.
Our little tips.
Yeah. And we want to thank everybody for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Yep.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.